ITT stands for Integrative Think Tank.
They're usually twice yearly events
where we bring external partners in to work with students, staff.
This could be industry partners, it could be academic partners.
So they will come in and they will share some of their problems that we feel have a mathematical element to them.
This is then pitched to our students in the lead up towards this workshop, and then during this week-long ITT, the students work on these challenges.
And these aren't challenges that's like, I have this mathematical thing already formulated and I just need you to fix this part that's broken. It's much more like open-ended.
These are interesting mathematical, statistical, data challenges that is of relevance and of great importance to the company.
Our job is to formulate these problems that they bring to us into a mathematical problem.
And that mathematical question will be big. It's not going to be solved during that week.
We need to formulate not necessarily a solution, but a potential approach to a solution, which somebody could take on and do their research with.
Setting in the bullet points or the topics to kind of explore after this week.
The aim of that week is really to turn what might be quite a high level challenge into a sort of more mathematically fleshed out problem. But the idea is not to solve it, but to really work out there is a possible PhD project here.
The hope is that some of our PhD students may decide to do these projects.
Often that's where our PhD projects come from into the future.
So an ITT starts with presentations by the partners.
There's a lot of getting to know the problems, so the partners will present their problems at quite a high level.
Then after these presentations, you get together in groups and everyone's mixed up and you just sort of throw out ideas of how you could address these problems and what kind of mathematical techniques could be useful.
And I actually like that part because, I was a bit shy at first, but no one is actually caring a bit. All ideas are good. And it's nice when people are actually picking your idea because you feel, oh wow, so I can make a difference over here. Wow, nice.
It's nice to do all brainstorming thing because everyone has had many ideas from different perspectives of what's going on.
And so we will sort of meet in small groups and come back and present these different mathematical approaches, ideas to the whole group.
So that's typically day one and part of day two.
And then at the end of sort of day two, there's normally a bit of sorting that goes on.
All these ideas get put together, they'll be put on some post-it notes, virtual post-it notes. These sort of notes will get clustered into projects, and then everyone can choose which project they want to work on.
People cluster into different groups to work on different challenges and perhaps using different approaches. So you might have a group that works on a particular problem with a more numerical analysis focus, a particular group that works on it with a statistical focus, and there might be some connection, but there might also be quite separate ways of approaching different challenges.
At the end of day two, you start working in smaller teams that are then very focused on one particular problem.
And those teams over the next 2 days try to tackle one of the challenges with and find the kind of math that will help with that particular challenge.
On the Wednesday, typically you have a day of group working. There will be a quick presentation to show everyone else what you're going to be working on, and then you get to really work on the problems. So you'll be talking to your partners.
Trying to tease out those different sort of strands of, okay, what things are important for the partner, what things can we achieve mathematically, maybe there'll be some data analysis, maybe a little bit of prototyping of sort of solutions.
You might be doing some sort of preliminary simulations, maybe some calculations that could be useful.
And then we do presentations on the final day.
Everyone gets back together and you present to everyone what you've done over the weekend, how you think this challenge could be formulated in a math problem.
I think near the end, when it's all comes together, you see every problem that they've done and how they've acted to, what's their plan of action in that respect, because you might not think, oh, I didn't think of this before, someone else might have thought, oh, let's do this, and you kind of just see it all come together in a nice packaged way.
So at the ITT and after the ITT, students do presentations and technical reports, so they practice writing and presenting skills.
We need to present what we have done twice in that week. The first one is just I think 3 or 5 minutes. And the second one is longer, but no more than 15-20 minutes.
It's in a nice, friendly context with a bunch of other SAMBa students who have been where you are and sort of who are very supportive and ask nice questions.
A big skill that I think the ITTs help our students develop is the ability to share their research in a really accessible way.
I never really considered that as a skill, but it actually is, because people will listen to you, and so you want to present what you have done, because you have done things, so you want to make sure that people have understood what you have done.
Being able to communicate with people, being able to share something at quite a basic level so that people can access it and then work with it, that's a real skill, and I hear time and time again from partners outside of the ITT how brilliant our students are at doing that.
But I think the ITTs are also really good for the kind of off-the-cuff communication skills. So like in the group work and in the team session, you might have an idea that you have to formulate quickly and persuade your group that this is an interesting idea, and interact with people, answer questions quickly, listen to them, take on board their feedback, and do that collaboration so that it's not just everyone's individual ideas, it kind of builds up to something bigger. And I think there's not that many opportunities in a lot of PhD training programs to develop those sets of skills, but it is basically what people wind up doing in the real world, especially in industry, kind of every day.
I think the ITTs have developed my programming skills a lot as well, because you're sort of just working on something for a week and you sort of have to write up code that works quite quickly. I think that's been really useful.
The other skill that I think ITTs give is leadership. So it's really hard within a PhD to get that kind of skill set, because you're very much working on your own quite often, whereas an ITT really, especially the students in the earlier cohorts who are performing more of a mentorship role.
They believed in me, the SAMBa team, and they gave me the chance to be the only person. There was no academic person in our group, and I was the only person who was sort of leading the group project, and that leadership and the experience of leading an industrial format project was a great experience.
I think that leadership quality is something, again, that our students are really renowned for.